Once upon a time in a dense forest lived a little squirrel who was preparing for winter. He would gather food and store it in his little house. So he stopped gathering food and started playing all day long. "You don't need anything," the squirrel replied. "I did listen to you." In the morning, he took out the nuts, dried them in the sun, and ate them one by one. After eating, he felt a little sleepy and started to doze off. As soon as he closed his eyes, he remembered the wise owl's words. He gathered lots of food and prepared for the future. And whenever he felt lazy, he remembered the wise owl's words and kept going. So find your talents and develop them. Don't be lazy, or you will miss out on all the wonderful things you can achieve. He thought, if I don't work, I won't eat. If I waste my time doing nothing, I will be hungry and tired. Did you know that when you breathe in, you become more powerful? Today we read a story about a lazy squirrel who didn't want to work hard like other squirrels. Instead, he wanted to live a carefree life. But when winter arrived, he realized that he needed food. He went to the wise owl for help, but the owl told him that if you don't work, you won't eat. The squirrel promised to work hard, but soon he started feeling lazy again. He met the wise owl again and asked him why he had to work. The owl explained that everyone has different abilities and talents, but if we don't use them, they will never grow. So little ones, we all have different abilities and talents, but if we don't use them, they will never grow. So find your talents and develop them. Don't be lazy, or you will miss out on all the wonderful things you can achieve. When you breathe out, you become more focused. When you breathe in, you take in positive thoughts, and when you breathe out, you release negative thoughts. But if I work hard now, I can save myself from hunger, and I will have enough energy to stay warm. So the squirrel started working. He gathered as many nuts as he could and made his winter go by working hard. But I wasted all my time playing around, and now there is nothing left, and I am very hungry. The owl said, "If you had gathered food while you could, you wouldn't be hungry now. You have to understand that if you don't work, you won't eat." Then the owl flew away. Days turned into weeks, and the lazy squirrel had no food left. When the first snow fell, he panicked and started gathering food. But now all the nuts were buried under the snow, and he couldn't find any food. One day he met a wise owl and asked him, "How do you survive in such extreme cold? How do you find enough food?" The owl replied, "I don't have to prepare for winter. Winter's my time to feast because all the animals store food for me." And with that, the owl flew away. One day the squirrel met the wise owl and asked him, "Why do I have to work hard? Can't I live a carefree life like you?" The owl replied, "You can live a carefree life, but you must be prepared to face the consequences of your actions. If you choose to not gather food for the winter, you must accept that you will go hungry and be weak." The squirrel nodded his head, but still he was not convinced. He thought, if I don't have to work, why should I work? Why can't the other animals gather food for me? Just then, the wise owl noticed the doubt in the squirrel's eyes and said, "Little squirrel, no one will gather food for you. You have to gather your own food. If you think you're too small to make a difference, try closing your eyes and ears. See how the world keeps spinning. No one will even notice if you stop working. But when you start working hard, you may not see a big change at first, but eventually your efforts will pay off." The squirrel thought about the owl's words and realized that he had to work hard if he wanted to survive. The squirrel thought, "Why should I work hard when I can live a relaxed life by fooling around?" Seeing his plight, the wise owl hooted, "Hey, little squirrel, why are you working so hard? Just play around and have fun." The squirrel continued searching for food and finally found some nuts. He quickly buried them and covered them with leaves. Then he returned to his cozy little house. After many months, when spring arrived, the birds chirped merrily. The flowers bloomed and the animals came out of their homes. From that day on, the squirrel worked harder than before. Now, little ones, we all have different abilities and talents, but if we don't use them, they will never grow. Now close your eyes and take a deep breath. All right, little ones, it's story time.